crafters. Are you ready for Technique of the Week?
I know I am, because this is something that is so beautiful and elegant, and it's different, and I think you're going to love it.
It is something completely different. I think you're going to be wowed by this technique. Now, if you've never joined us for Technique of the Week, during this video, Kara and we talk about different things you can do with Krazy Kreations products.
Yes, and they're not always, the same old thing. Like, we love our glitter paper and our outline stickers, but today we're doing other products, and I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Yes, and welcome to Krazy Kreations with Jackie and Kara. We're a mother-daughter team in Yreka, California, and we specialize in those outline stickers Kara was talking about, handmade glitter paper, and so many more crafty products.
And we offer a lot of classes, and you'll want to check out our website to see the most current ones on our event calendar.
That's right. So I think we should get started. I can't wait to show you what we're going to make today, and then we'll walk you through the technique.
I love it. Let's do it.
So this is the beautiful, elegant technique we were just raving about. We're going to be using Gilding Flakes from Cosmic Shimmer to create an elegant background on a card.
Yes, I just love these. So we do carry 5 different colors of Gilding Flakes, and then we also have the Aurora, but we're going back to those wonderful Gilding Flakes that we've demonstrated off and on throughout last year, but we absolutely love them, and now we have a different twist to it, right?
Yes, so we're creating a background this time, and it's an embossed background, so this is going to be super easy, but again, very elegant.
Very nice. So I love these. So before we go any further, let's talk about kind of what gilding flakes are. So if you're not familiar with what a gilding flake is, it comes in a jar like this. It's from Cosmic Shimmer. And if I turn it on the side, you're going to see a lot of fun color. Now if I open this, you're going to ooh and ah, because these are beautiful multicolor flakes, kind of like gold leafing, but with lots of different colors, right?
Yes, so this one is the Mulled Wine. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So you're going to see purples, greens, golds, and a little bit of that amber color.
Yes, and so what we're going to do is we're going to take these flakes and we're going to make them into a piece of paper, right?
Yes, so it's going to be gilding paper.
And then once we have the paper, we're going to emboss and then do a little trick, and then we have this beautiful card.
So we're finishing it off with a Krazy Kreations sentiment sticker and holographic border sticker.
So I say it's time that we make the actual project.
Okay, so let's start out by making that beautiful gilding paper.
Okay, so we're going to move our cards to the side, and I'm going to put this piece of paper down just as a mat, because that way I can capture all of my gilding flakes. So the first thing that you're going to want is some score tape. Now this is very, very strong tape, right, Jackie?
This is really, really sticky, so whatever you stick this to, you have to commit because it's not coming off.
And it's the same exact product we use to make our handmade glitter paper.
Yes.
Okay, so in this pack here, there are 5 sheets of that score tape, but what you need to do, because it's a very strong double-sided tape, is you need to adhere it to a piece of white cardstock in this case. So the white cardstock is acting as an anchor, and you're not going to see it once the gilding flakes go on the other side.
Right.
So I have a piece of score tape, which I put on a piece of white cardstock, and now I still have the other side. Now I don't know if you can see this, but I have like a little wrinkle here, and what I love about the gilding flakes is it's more forgiving, so you're really not going to see that wrinkle when I do the gilding flakes.
Right, you're not going to have to worry about that.
So if you're somebody who struggles putting your tape down, maybe you get that sometimes, this is the perfect project for you.
Exactly.
Okay, so now that I have that, I'm going to want my gilding flakes, which are right here, and then the other basic tool that we need is this, right?
So what is this?
Yeah, what is it?
Well, it looks like a makeup wedge.
It is a makeup wedge, and it's from the dollar store, nevertheless. But you can use a sponge or a dauber if you like the finger dauber, or anything that has that spongy feel, because that's what's going to help us spread it around, okay? So these are what you need: score tape, white cardstock, your Gilding Flakes, and a sponge. How easy is that?
Super easy. We don't do anything that's hard.
No. Not really, because then we just say it's not going to work. Okay, so I'm peeling off the other protective layer of the score tape, and now it's super, super sticky. So you don't really want to touch that. All right, now the thing about Gilding Flakes, do you want to talk about the do's and don'ts here? The big don'ts.
No sneezing, no breathing, no fans. Anything that can move the air around, you want to stay away.
Yeah, so if you're sitting underneath a fan, you better move.
Or an air vent.
Yes.
Yeah. So they will blow because they're really lightweight. They're like little feathers.
Now I will say, because we have different colors, as you get used to this, you can manipulate where you want the colors. But for me, I just like wherever it lands, right?
Yeah, that makes it more interesting to me.
Okay, so the next part is to spread this around. So basically what we're doing is we're having the Gilding Flakes stick to the tape, right?
Right. So what the sponge does is it moves the flakes around to wherever it's sticky, and then it's adding it's smoothing it out. So all these flakes are going to become nice and flat, just like the paper.
Yep. And I like the sponge because it helps me move it around, especially with this really, really sticky paper. And like you said, we will be flattening it out. I just want to get all the tape covered. Notice I have extra pieces, and those can be put back, right?
Yes, we'll talk about that in a second. But I'm curious to know, how many of you have ever used Gilding Flakes before? Let us know in the comments below.
Okay, so it looks like I got that on pretty good. I think we better tap the excess and then smooth out the paper.
Okay. So what Kara was saying is all of these little extra bits right over here are actually going to go back inside of our Gilding Flake jar, and we can reuse them for another project.
So it's almost like we hardly used any. Can I use the back side of that? Okay. So now, if you try to rub this with your finger, it really doesn't work as nice. Now that's when you want to use your finger tools for the glitter paper. But for this, you really need the sponge, because once you go on it, you're going to give it a bit of pressure, but it really smooths it out.
It does. It finishes off really nicely, and who would have thought a finger dauber or sponge could get this effect?
Yeah, look how pretty this is already. Now in the past, what we've done is we put our outline stickers on here, and it's just been beautiful too. So that's another thing. I believe we've put a lot of fall leaves on here and things like that.
Right.
Okay.
So now this is nice and smooth. I'm going to get in a little closer for you. And we don't have to do anything else to finish this off. So sometimes we're asked, do you have to put anything over the top? No, these are not coming off, and they are perfectly fine just the way they are.
And it's so beautiful, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. And just to remind you, this is called Mulled Wine.
Yes, so there are other colors, and we'll talk about that at the end. So now you're up for the next step.
Okay, so if we go back to our card here, we need to create this beautiful floral background. So how we did that is we used an embossing folder. So I'm going to take my embossing folder, and if you've never used one, they're like a little plastic folder, and they have a design in here. We're going to put our gilding paper inside of the embossing folder, just like that. And now I'm going to run this through our die cut machine.
Yes.
Or embossing machine.
So you do need an embossing die cut machine. Now there are a couple popular ones out there. I don't know if they still have the Cuttlebug, but that's the one that I like to use. But I know a lot of you probably use the brand called the Big Shot, right?
Yeah, let me zoom out here. We're kind of close. So I'm going to...
Oh. You know when you do that, it locks it in place.
Okay, let's do it like this.
Okay.
That way you can see it a little better. So every embossing machine has its own sandwich. So you have to follow the instructions for your machine, but we're going to put the embossing folder in between our little platform here, and now we're just going to crank it through the machine, and it's going to add some pressure.
Okay, so I like to make it really deep, so I go once and then I like to go backwards just to make sure, because I really want that image. I'm just crazy about that. Okay, once you do that, you are done with this machine. And Jackie's all, thank God, right? Here, I'll take it.
Okay.
And then I'll let you do that part.
All right, so now for the big reveal. So let's see how it turned out. We're going to put this over to the side, and we're going to open our embossing folder, remove the Gilding Flake paper, and how gorgeous is that? It's so you can see there's a design now on our Gilding Flake paper.
Here's what the back looks like, so you could really see that this embossed and made an impression in the paper. Isn't that gorgeous?
I love it.
Okay, but now we're going to do another step, right?
Right, so what we need to do now is we need to really highlight that detail of the embossing. We want to see those floral designs. So we need to make them darker so we can see them better. So what we're going to do
is we're going to put our mat down again.
Yeah, this is our little craft mat today. And we're going to use an ink pad to make those lines darker.
Now, we really recommend Stays On. We don't sell this here, but I know a lot of you probably have it. This is the miniature kind of, oh, what do you call that? Fashionable little designer Stays On. And then there's the bigger pad that's just black and it says Stays On. It's the same company. They just have this designer mini one and then they have a big one. But Stays On, the reason we like it, it's a permanent ink, like your alcohol ink marker. It's permanent. By the way, not compatible with your alcohol ink marker, so never stamp with Stays On and color with an alcohol ink marker because the color won't come off the tip. So we want to use a permanent marker because we don't want it to rub off, so we're using Stays On.
Right, so all we have to do is remove the lid, turn it over, and we're just going to kind of move our ink pad across the image. And we're just adding some detail into that beautiful embossing.
I know, I think this really, really brings that decorative part out. Now, unfortunately, it's working, but my Stays On is not very inky, is it? Sorry.
Yeah, we need to refill yours.
I know. That's because I don't use it, but now I'm going to use it a lot more because I love it. If you're wondering where to get this, you know, online, all kinds of places have it. It's not hard to find at all.
No, and so what you'll see is the ink pad is picking up the raised parts of the image, but it's not touching the background.
I know, I just love this. I think that's good. Have you ever noticed that Stays On smells like almond?
I love the smell.
Me too. All right, so now we could see, look at all that detail. It just came out. It's so beautiful.
I love it.
Me too. Okay, so then all we have to do to make this a really pretty creation is to get our wonderful cardstock. So I put some cream on black. And then what you do want to do though, because you know it does have this, is you want to make sure you use that Tombow, or I really recommend a roller over glue, because you want to make sure you get those edges down. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You don't want the corners coming out. You could use a roll of score tape, right?
You could.
Okay. I'll let you put it in the middle. You're at a better angle there.
All right, so I'm just going to leave some matting around all the edges. Just like that.
Okay, look how pretty that is. Now we're going to go ahead and put a little piece here for our sentiment, and then we're going to use some of the Krazy Kreation products, right?
Right.
Okay, there you go. So again, we're using cream and black cardstock to kind of just make this very elegant. And now we have our border.
So what we noticed when we were doing these cards is that there's a lot of gold in here. So we decided to highlight that with our Gold Lines holographic border sticker.
Yes, so here is our wonderful tweezers.
So I'm just going to peel the border sticker. How many of you grabbed these border stickers in our premiere?
Yes, okay. That's right.
I'm actually going to use my fingers. So I'm just going to line it up with the seam of the black and the cream cardstock.
And you don't even really have to go all the way around, do you?
You don't have to. It's totally up to you.
I like it just on the top, actually. That's pretty. Let's try that.
There you go.
And we can reuse this, right?
Yes, we can. And look at all that sparkle in there. So beautiful. Okay, and now we need a sentiment to go along with this card.
So we happen to have some gold ones right here. Which is your favorite?
You pick.
Okay, let's do to a special friend. That's a lot of words.
It is.
Okay, well, let's do it. What do you say?
So if you are familiar with our products, these sentiment stickers are not available on the website yet. And they were in the Black Friday bundles, though.
Yep. I'm really at a weird angle, so I'm doing the best I can.
The nice thing about these sentiments is they're all one piece. So 2 is one piece. Special is one piece.
I haven't done A yet.
I noticed that.
I'm skipping.
I was trying to read it, and I'm all, wait a second. And feel free to ask us any questions if you have any about these products. We love interacting with you here on Facebook Live.
Okay, so I have them here, and now it's up to you to kind of make them even, okay? So that's what I like. Like the 2 is a little high, I think.
Oh, you want me to move it?
Just a little bit.
So that's why we love these tweezers. They're so sharp, and they make it easy to rearrange your stickers.
And unless you press them down, they're not really permanent, right? So now I'm going to press it down. And look how pretty that is, Jackie. Isn't that a gorgeous card?
It is so beautiful. It's simple, but it's elegant.
Yes, so here was the one we did with the Summer Meadow. Here's the Mulled Wine, the same exact embossing folder. And then we have a different embossing folder. This is Mulled Wine, and it's the Rose Mosaic folder. Isn't that pretty?
It's gorgeous. Now, of course, we need to do our weekly vote on Technique of the Week. So let us know which of these 2 designs is your favorite. Do you like card number 1 or card number 2? Or do you love both of them equally?
I have to say I love them both because this rose on the Mulled Wine is beautiful, but I like the Summer Meadow with all of these cute little flowers, and I think it would have been even better if I had a better pad to bring it out. I need that juicy stays on, but this is beautiful the way it is.
Yes, I have to say I'm partial to this one over here. Card number 2.
Okay, so let's look at the different colors of Gilding Flakes, shall we?
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so you want to move that? All right, so we already looked at the Mulled Wine, which was the one we just did the demo, but we've been talking about this Summer Meadow. So what's the difference here?
So Summer Meadow has a lot of greens, golds, and that ambery color. You'll notice it's a little bit lighter than the Mulled Wine. So we have Mulled Wine here and Summer Meadow over here.
And then we have one called Red Glaze, right?
This one is absolutely gorgeous. We can put it right there. So you'll notice lots of oranges. There's some red tones, purples, and golds.
And if you put the black on that, I bet it would be gorgeous, right?
Yes.
All right, this one is called Autumn Leaves. And that looks like it has some turquoise in it.
So the Autumn Leaves does have some teal in there, and I know a lot of you love that color, so Autumn Leaves, that might be the one for you.
Yeah, I kind of like that one. Oh, but I like this too. This is called Gemstones.
Gemstones has a little bit of everything. It's really blingy, really fun.
So there are 5 different colors, and again, it's Mulled Wine, which has the purple, Summer Meadow, which is kind of a light variety with a lot of gold and some teal and green, Red Blaze has those oranges and golds. And then we have this one, which is
Autumn Leaves.
Autumn Leaves, and it has a little bit of that turquoise. No, this one's Autumn Leaves.
And that's Gemstone.
Oh, sorry, Gemstone. I like them all, but Autumn Leaves has that orange and gold and a little teal, and then Gemstones has that deep purple.
Yeah, I'm seeing if I can get any of the teal in the camera.
So the difference between Gemstone and Mulled Wine, this has orange and this doesn't.
Yes, so if you have a favorite color of Gilding Flakes, you can let us know. But if you have two favorite colors of Gilding Flakes, you're in luck. Because we have a special surprise with this week's Technique of the Week kit. Right, Kara?
We do. So let me make sure I get these out of the way because we know what will happen if we walk around here, right?
Yeah, we don't want any of these to fly out of the containers.
Now, I think you have the Mulled Wine container there.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to say that some of the flakes are larger than others, so I like that you get a variety of big flakes and little flakes in the jar.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so you have our little deal there. Ready?
Right, but the first thing, the surprise, so we have our kit, our Technique of the Week kit. The first surprise is that you get to choose your two favorite Gilding Flake colors. So, you get to pick your favorite colors when you order the kit. So, any of those 5 colors you can choose from, add them to your Technique of the Week kit. How fun is that?
Yeah, why stop there? Because I'm just going to buy the other 3 after I choose my 2.
There you go. Then you can have all 5.
That's right. But anyway, you do get 2 in our kit. So you will get to choose which 2 you want. And then what?
All right. And then we have the rest of the supplies. So we have our cardstock. You get 2 black pieces of cardstock. 2 cream. You get 5 cards and 5 envelopes. These are pre-scored cards.
And they are cream cards.
I need to zoom out here. And then we have 2 embossing folders. So you get the mosaic rose and the background, the floral background.
Right. These are the 2 that we demonstrated with.
Then you get the score tape, 6x6 sheets. You get 5 of those. You get 5 pieces of 6x6 matte white cardstock. And then you get
2 different gold sentiments, right? So one is all about thank you and all that, and the other one has different types of things on it, right?
Yeah, happy birthday, with love, thinking of you, a nice assortment.
And of course we need the gold border.
Yes.
So that's a lot of stuff, and I know when I added it up for the retail value, it's $47.99.
I thought it was 46.
No, $46.99.
Okay, well, then I'll have to review my product description, but you're getting it for 15% off at $39.99.
Yeah, so who cares about 47 or 46 because I'm going to pay $39.99 for this. That is a deal. Now, there is a limited amount as long as we have the quantities of the gildings, and it's a large amount, but you're going to want to get your order in because this is a phenomenal kit, and I really recommend that you start with the folders that we're using. I know some of you may have embossing folders, but the 2 that we chose really work well for this technique, and then you could kind of test with your own.
Exactly, and you're getting so many supplies here. You're getting enough cards and envelopes for 5 cards, but you can definitely make more with the flakes and the embossing folders and the stickers.
Absolutely. Now these score tapes are 6x6, and on the card it was a 3 3/4 wide by about 4 down. So you can be very creative with the extra pieces and make like strips or plaids, or I mean you could use these borders to kind of make little tiles, right? There's all kinds of things you can do with these supplies, and we want you to be creative and post that on the Krazy Kreation crafting groupies.
Yes, and by the way, guess what? We hit our 6,000 fans.
Woohoo! All right, so that's great. Okay, so once again, let's review the kit and show the cards, okay? So you're going to get 2 of these Cosmic Shimmer Gilding Flakes, but 2 of your choice, and they retail for
$8.99. There are 5 colors to pick from, and if you need to review the colors again, the great thing about these videos is there's a replay.
That's right. So they are a retail value of $8.99 each, so that's already a great deal in here. 2 of your black cardstock, 2 of your cream, 5 cards, 5 envelopes, and then of course you're going to get both embossing folders, right? So that's very important because we have the rose mosaic and the background floral. These are both beautiful. And then you're going to need the score tape, which is included, so a pack of 5 with the back white cardstock. So we are giving you the backing. And then you get these 2 sentiment stickers and 1 gold border. So the only thing that you really need on your own is a StazOn ink pad, if that's something you want to do. I really recommend it. And you need a sponge or a dauber.
And then you need a basic toolkit like adhesive, tweezers, and a paper trimmer.
But I mean, you could have so much fun with this. So I hope that you're going to take advantage of this kit. And let's look at those projects one more time. How beautiful, elegant, wonderful. I mean, I just think these are super elegant cards. They're simple, but they just make a statement.
Exactly. And don't forget, if you are in love with this kit like we are, we only have a limited amount of supply, so don't wait.
Yes, so your value, $39.99. Woohoo!
All right, I see so many people are excited for us about those 6,000 fans. Thank you so much for liking our page on Facebook. And if you haven't, please go give us a big like on our Facebook page, Krazy Kreations LLC. We're going to be doing that giveaway. And you know what? We have lots of winners to announce in our video on Live Friday. So don't miss that video at 1 p.m. Pacific time.
Not only that, we have a super special brand new thing that we're going to reveal, and you don't want to miss that. Live Friday, 1 o'clock Pacific time.
So we hope you have lots of fun. We hope you enjoyed our technique of the week. If you loved it, don't forget to give it a heart or a thumbs up. And we hope to see you on Friday because we have some really exciting news.
Absolutely. So I'm Kara.
And I'm Jackie.
And we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you on Friday.
Thank you for watching Technique of the Week.